Hey everyone, welcome to my channel 3ds. So today we are going to we are going to design this model. So here you can see this has been requested by one of the member on Discord channel. So if you are not joined my Discord channel of Fusion 360, just go and join. You will find the link below in the video. So let's get started. We are going to model this one inside Fusion 360. So before starting the modeling, we'll just prepare our Fusion 360. So here you can see by default this design page is open and it is not named with any name, so I will just give it a name. I will click on the save here. I will write design 03 and we'll click on this save here. So you can see we had just saved this drawing. The next thing we'll check the units, so the unit is correct, and also we'll make sure the design history is turned on. So now we are ready to start designing our thing. So here is the PDF file. We'll check the from where we have to start. So we'll start from the base first. So we have to sketch few of the things here, like these circles and all this thing. So we'll just click on the create a sketch here inside Fusion 360, and we'll select the plane on which we want to create our first sketch. So here we are. The sketch plane is activated. So we'll just go to the top view. So we are not just normal to the sketch plane. Then we'll check out the measurements here. So here you can see it is 18, 35 and 45, and these are all radius. So we are going to use, since we are going to use diameter in Fusion 360, so we'll just double these measurements. So 18, 35, 45. So we'll activate the circle tool. We'll on the origin we'll create 3 circles like this, and we'll dimension them with measurements. Like the first one was 18 radius, so the diameter will be 36. The second one was 35, and the third is 45. The second one is 35, so that this one will be 70, and the third is 45, so this one will be 90. So like this. So the next thing what we'll do, we'll create a line that will pass through the center of this circle. So to do so, what we'll do, we'll just create a line like this, vertical line. Make sure that it's a vertical line. If it is not vertical, just select the line and apply this constraint, so it will become vertical. So here you can see, so we want this line to be passing through the origin. To do so, what we'll do, we'll apply this constraint, coincident constraint. We'll activate the constraint, we'll select the line and we'll select the origin, and the line will move to that origin, right? So this way. So next thing what we have to find out is what is the distance between this point and this point, I mean this circle center and this circle center. So we can see it from here that total is 130, so 65 on both the direction. So we'll just write 65 on both the directions here. So we'll write 65 here, and we'll also write 65 from this point to this point, like this, 65. And also we want this line as a construction line, so we'll change that line to construction line. Okay. The next thing is we are going to create 3 circles here, that is 9, 24 and 18. So we'll create 3 circles here, and we'll put the dimensions. So one is 9, other is 18, one is 9, other is 18, and the last one is 24. So we'll write 24 here. So I'm just putting the double of that because those are all radius, and here we are using diameters. So you can see we had created the circle. The same we'll do on the other side. We'll just create a circle like this. This time we know that this circle and this circle is equal, so we'll apply the equal constraint. I want this circle and this circle equal, like this. I will want this circle and this circle equal, and this circle and this circle equal. So no need to put the dimensions again. We can just apply the equal constraint since the things are equal on both the sides, right? Next thing we have to do is, here you can see there is a rectangle here. The size is 75 by 56, that is 128 millimeter apart from here. So we'll make a rectangle here, 75 by 56. So we'll come to Fusion 360, we'll go here and we'll select a center rectangle from here. We'll create a center rectangle like this, and since this rectangle is free to move inside the space, so we have to apply constraint. We want to make sure that this origin and this origin are in a linear position, so we'll select both the points and we'll apply this constraint. So here you can see both became on the same linear position, right? The next thing is we have to provide dimensions, like from this point to this side, the dimension is, we'll check in PDF, it's 128, so we'll just write 128 here, and then we'll put the dimension of this rectangle, that is 56 by 75. So we'll just activate our dimension tool, we'll write 56 and we'll write 75 here. So here you can see it's pretty easy. The next thing is that we have to connect these points to the tangent of the circles like this and like this on both the sides. So we'll do that. We'll activate the line tool, we'll click on this corner and any point touching the circle like this, and we'll do the same on the other side. We'll corner and any point touching the circle like this. So here you can see, and we want this line to be tangent to this circle. So here is the tangent constraint. We'll activate this constraint, we'll select the circle and then the line. Here you can see it is automatically adjusting based on the constraints we are applying. So the constraints are very powerful tool. The next thing is that this line here that is connecting directly straight forward to to this circle. So we'll make sure that we'll make that line. So we'll come over here and we'll click on this circle and this circle like this, and we want this line to be tangent to this circle, right? So we'll apply the tangent constraint from here like this. So here you can see we had almost created the sketch. So the next thing is that we will start giving it a height. For now the portion you are seeing here is not at the bottom, it's on a height. So we'll ignore that for now because this is the portion that we are going to make in the last. So for now what I'm going to do, I will click on the finish sketch from here and I will go to the home view. Here you can see I will rotate it a little bit to get a better view, and then I will activate my extrude tool from here. Then I will select the portions that I want to extrude. So I will just select all the portions that I want to extrude. Even the small portions I have to select it very carefully. So I will select all the portions like this. So you can see we had selected all the portions that we want to extrude. So I will also select this point because this is closer at the bottom. So the height we can check it from here. The height is 15 millimeter. So we'll give it a height of 15 millimeter from here. So I will just write 15. Here you can see. And we'll go back to our sketch again. We'll turn back on our sketch again because this rectangle we have to give it some more height, because here in the pic itself you can see this height is little different here. If you can see it here, this height is little different. So from here we can see the height is 32. So we'll give it a 32 millimeter of height. So we'll activate it here. We'll give it a 32 millimeter of height. Or what we can do, we can give it a full height, right? When I say full height, this means 32 plus 28, that will be around 60 millimeters, right? So we'll just give it a height of 60 millimeter and we'll fill at the top corner. We'll give it a height of 60 millimeter like this and we'll press OK. And we have to make sure that the operation is joined, so both the bodies will be joined together. So here you can see, and we'll turn off the sketch for now, and here it is. And the top itself, here you can see the radius here is 28 millimeters. So I will apply a fillet of 28 millimeter of radius on both the corners, so it will give it a shape, right? So here you can see the moment I had applied, it has given it a shape. So the next thing is that we have to create some other features, like the next thing we have to create this cylindrical portion here, and then we'll create this rings here, and then we'll create this wedge here and this hole and this portion. So the next thing is cylindrical portion here. So we'll go back to our Fusion 360. We'll turn on the sketch again. We'll turn off the body for now, and we'll extrude that circle that we want to extrude. So here is the circle, and this circle is extruded by height. If you can see it from here, it is total 119 millimeter from the bottom, right? So we have to extrude it by 119 millimeters. So before extruding this, we have to turn on our body again, and then we can extrude this by 119 millimeter. So here you can see, instead of cut operation here, we have to make sure that the operation is joined, and we'll press OK. So here you can see. And the next thing is, again we have to turn off the bodies, and the next thing is we have to create the rings. If you see the PDF here, you can see that these small rings, so the total is 19 and this height is 15. So the ring height must be 4 millimeter, right? So we'll go back here, we'll turn on the body, and this time we'll select the start plane as this top plane and then 4 millimeters, right? So we'll just write 4 millimeters and we'll keep the operation as join and we'll press OK. So here you can see, if I turn off the sketch, you will be able to see it better. So here it is. So here is the portion. So the next thing is that we have to create a hole on here. So here you can see in the image itself, the hole size is 28 millimeters in diameter. So we have to create that hole. So for the hole, even you can create a sketch and make extrude cut, or you can also use this direct hole tool. So I will activate this tool, and I will select the plane on which I want to create a hole. So I will select the plane, and then I will position my circle to the center of this face. So to position it correctly, I will go to the front view, and now I will position it correctly. So here it is. So now it is on the center of the face, and I want it to be through, so I will just drag it to the last like this. And here you can see in the preview itself, I have to select this kind of hole, this kind of hole. So these are all the three options must be selected, and then height will depend upon this thing, and then the diameter will be the whatever we are going to provide. So diameter of the hole is radius is 14, so diameter is 28. So we'll check it is 28 already. If it is not 28, just make it and we'll press OK. So here you can see the hole we had also created. So the next thing we have to create is this wedge shape here. So this we'll see how we can create. So we'll go back to Fusion 360. We'll turn on back our origin. So if you see from the top, you can see that I will just show you like this. So this plane, if I turn off the body, this plane is completely at the center of the body. You can see that, right? So if I can make a sketch on that plane and then extrude it on both the direction, that will be the wedge shape. So this is what we are going to do. So for that, we'll turn off the body, we'll activate the sketch tool, we'll select this plane as a sketch plane for now. So here you can see this plane has been activated. Then we'll go back normal to that plane like this. Then we'll turn back our origin. So here we are going to learn a new tool that is called project tool, and that is very really important. So here you can see we had created a 3D model, right? And right now we are activated in this face to create a sketch. So let's say we want to project this profile on that plane. So how we can do that? Just go on here, then go on to this project tool here. Then here we got the project tool. Just activate this tool, select the profiles that you want to project. So I'm just selecting the profiles. Here you can see, and if I press OK and if I turn off the body, here you can see how I had projected all those profiles on this new plane. So if I turn on the body, here it is, we are getting all the things. So now we'll create a line like this that will be touching to this profile here and this corner point here, and we'll make sure that this is tangent to this circle. So we'll apply the tangent constraint between these two things, and here you can see the tangent constraint has been applied. And the next thing is that we are going to make another shape, something like this. So we'll just turn off the body for a better view. We'll go like this and then down, like we'll connect this point to this point. We can create at any angle, and then we can apply this constraint to make it vertical. So here you can see, so this is what we had created. We'll adjust a little bit this one, and this one will give just maybe diameter of 2 millimeters. That will be sufficient, or 3 millimeters. So here you can see, and now we are ready with the profile to extrude in both the directions. So since it's a closed sketch, here you can see, if I click on finish here, and I will extrude this profile, by default it is selected, and here I have to change the direction as symmetric, because we want this portion to be extruded in both the sides symmetrically, right? So we'll check the width of that. So the width of it is I believe it is 12 millimeters. So we'll extrude on both the sides by 6 millimeters here. So here you can see, instead of cut, we'll make sure the operation is join, and we'll press OK. So here you can see, this is how we get the shape, right? So the last thing is remaining is this portion, this extruded portion, this circular portion that is hanging on top. To create that, we'll use this plane. This time we are going to use this plane. So if I turn off the body, we are going to use this plane. So we'll just activate our create a sketch option from here, then we'll select the plane, and then we'll turn off the we'll go to normal to that plane. Here we are normal to that plane. We'll turn on the body. So in the image itself, we can see that the circles are just 89 millimeter from the bottom of the surface, right? And the dimensions are 24 and 12.5. So it's around 25 diameter inside circle and 48 diameter outside circle. So 25 by 48. So we'll create two circles here like this, and we'll dimension them. Inside is 25 and the outside is 48, like this. and we'll make sure that this is in line with this origin. So we'll select the origin and this circle point, and we'll apply this horizontal vertical constraint. And also we'll put the dimension that was given there, that was around 89, and we'll recheck it again. So it is 89, yes, correct, and we are done. And click on the finish sketch here. So here you can see we had created a sketch on this face. Now what is the thing, that from the center of this this portion is extruded by 70 millimeters, right? So right now we had created these two circles on the center. Now we have to extrude it by 70 millimeters. So we'll activate the extrude tool, we'll select the profile, and we'll extrude it by 70 millimeters. So this time the trick is that we are not going to extrude it from this face. We'll start little bit away from that face. So we'll change the start plane here, we'll put the offset tool here, and we'll go to the top view, we'll provide some offset distance. So we'll just write 5, or we'll see how much is working. So we'll write 20. So 20 is working, it's inside the surface, and instead of 85 here, we just want it to make 50, because we had already offsetted it by 25 millimeters. So we had just written 50, and the operation will make sure it is joined. And here you can see the preview, it is coming correct, right? And we'll press OK. So here you can see all the things has been done. Just one thing left is that there is a hole here, but it is closed here right now. So we'll make a hole. So we'll just turn on our last sketch from here, and we'll extrude this circle towards this body. So we'll select this circle, we'll extrude it thoroughly like this, so it will make a cut. So we'll make sure that the operation is cut as selected here, and we'll press OK. Now if I turn off my sketch from here you can see that we had created the hole. So this is the body that we had created, and we are done with this sketch. Here you can see. So if you like this video, just press like on the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thank you.